I don't think Knuckles needs to be erased as a rival to Sonic because he really okay. He doesn't have to be a rival to Sonic. He's just somebody that doesn't like when the Master Emerald is tampered with, right? If that's the case, then they still can have their perspective places in the series, right? Like you don't have to make Shadow stronger than Knuckles, right? You just don't need to have Knuckles involved in every single adventure. He shouldn't be involved in everything. He's involved in every single last adventure, and he shouldn't be because he's just guardian of the Master Emerald. If the story is centered around the Master Emerald, which is really what it's supposed to be centered around, then anytime the Master Emerald is under attack, then you can justify putting Knuckles in the story. But don't just throw him in as a person in the lineup, you know. You don't have to do that, you know. Because, like, for example, you know, the concept that I'm talking about here, right, is, for example, it's like, does every villain need to be defeated by Goku? Right? Absolutely not, right? Because Goku sometimes is dead. Sometimes Goku is, you know, he's in King Kai's planet, or he's with Beerus or whatever, right? And other characters are needed to be present in order to have certain things occur, right? And oh crap, my bad. I'm looking at my screen. So what in the world? I just realized something was going on. Oh my god, I could not get around there, dude. I was trying my best. I swear I was. Ooh, Shadow. That's one thing I really like about IDW Comics. Knuckles is involved when he needs to be. Right. Like, technically, Knuckles should always be at the Master Emerald, right? Oh wow, he hit him. Like, seriously, like he should be at the Master Emerald, and if it gets involved, then Knuckles gets involved, right? But that kind of is like his purpose, right, in the story, in the universe, right? He shouldn't be just running around in every single adventure fighting Robotnik with everybody, you know. Like I think it's a cool idea that the adventures that they go on result in the Master Emerald being taken and being tampered with, and then somehow that island, the Angel Island, being dropping down, right? I think that's a great thing to build a story around.
Oh, says, what are we talking about here?
What's up, Tenakoa? Well, we're just talking about like the role of the characters, like their progression in like the Sonic stories, right? There's been like I feel like I made a comment earlier that it feels like sometimes like Sonic characters, I feel like they start, oh my god, why does he always let me there we go. Why does Sonic I feel like Sonic characters are always like starting over in every story sometimes, you know? Maybe not necessarily like they feel like new characters every single time. I don't feel like there's like a continuation of the storyline for the characters, right? And I think that's because like they rewrite this stuff. Oh my god, no. I feel like they rewrite the story every single time, right? I feel like I'm gonna get it. I feel like he's gonna win. No, okay.
Finish!
And that's my issue. I want them to continue to build. Like, I feel like Sonic and Tails should stick together. I feel like Knuckles should stay at the Master Emerald. I feel like Shadow should be what do we call it? Shadow can still roam around and do what he's doing, looking for information on the Space Colony arc and stuff like that. Whatever it is he's doing, or working for Gun, or whatever is what he's doing, that's fine. But I just realized my what's your color change? I don't know what that was about. But while that's the case, like you can find interesting reasons to bring them together, right? But like I feel like what they do is they just introduce new rivals, and then they like say, okay, Sonic and Shadow are the strongest, and then everybody else, like Knuckles, got thrown away. I still don't. To me, like when I draw my stuff, I never make it so that Shadow is stronger than Knuckles, right? I think that should be in the air, you know. right? Also, I kind of like have it to where like maybe Silver may kind of on the surface be the strongest in my opinion. Um, they did Bureau like bro like Tien. Hey, like seriously, like they turned him into like you said, Tien, Yamcha, all the people that Goku used to be rivals with, they just threw him away. Now he's kind of sitting in the back. And every time you see him, he's doing like all this regular generic stuff. He's just like, ha, I'm here. You can't beat me. You know, it's like, bro, Knuckles is oh my God, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm getting you back. They never had to do Knuckles like that, man. Well, was it necessary? Radical Highway. Oh my God. I didn't even see that. Oh my God, I'm getting cooked right now. Getting eaten alive. Oh. Let's go. I got a decent boost right on that one. Yeah, so I mean, that's what I'm saying. They just need to like they need to revisit. Oh, there we go. There we go. Did he get hit and still like come on, man? Oh, I could have got that. Where we going? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah! And they make Roshi and Krillin the strongest humans, even though they don't train nearly as much. That's him. Yeah! Yeah, it's like one thing I think Dragon Ball Z would do good is to take some time and write a story about the other Z team, like the rest of the Z team. Let the other characters, Krillin, Tien, learn some new stuff, find a new reason, a new passion for training again, and make it so that it's not just about the Super Saiyans transforming and becoming gods and all this other stuff, you know, but more so like, one of the best Dragon Ball Z movies was like Garlic Jr., where Gohan and Piccolo, had to like figure out what to do. They did the same thing when in Super Hero. It was like Gohan and Piccolo, right? Even though Gohan is a Saiyan and, like those Saiyan powers kick in, I like the idea of people having limitations, right? The characters not being able to be as strong, and having to actually struggle a little bit more, the story doesn't have to always be like progressively putting out a stronger enemy every single time. Oh, the next villain is stronger than the last one, stronger than the last one. No, it could just be about the struggles that other characters face, or people who aren't strong, how they overcome those things. It's good. I would love to see a story about Krillin having to get strong. That's why Superhero was cool, because Piccolo was able to kind of come back a little bit, right? We were like, oh man, finally Piccolo was able to pick up some new powers. And it wasn't so much just like, oh, the Saiyans,
This'll help.
Give Tien and Orange Piccolo. Yeah, let them. They're progressing in their story too, right? Like, don't just leave them out there. They left some of those. Man, we fell in love with the Z team, man. They're fighting the Cybermen, and you get the opportunity to see all of the Z fighters like show their abilities. Oh wow. Somebody's gonna get by that. Oh no, ain't no way, bro. Wow. Come on, let's go. Oh, get off.
Kaneko says I want to watch DBZ, but I
know they
don't
mad
know
about that.
where to start.
You know what? Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. You need to see the progression of Goku from the beginning of Dragon Ball Z to really appreciate it. And by the way, I do think I have an idea as to why I think all of these, like why these stories are so dope to those who watched it from the very beginning initially. It's also like the wait, the anticipation of the next episode, like every week, or when they had to do finish doing the dubs for all of the episodes. So, you watch it on Adult Swim and you get like the beginning of the Namek saga, right? And then like after those several episodes, next thing you know, it's like, oh, we gotta wait till next year before we can kind of get the rest. And that wait builds up anticipation and appreciation for what the characters go through when you finally are able to see it. And I think we lost a lot of that artificial FOMO or whatever, or that artificial suspense that we obtain from having to wait for episodes to come out periodically, right? And you know, people usually make a lot of fun about Dragon Ball Z taking forever and doing a lot of build up before big fights, right? Or, you know, trying to hurry up and get to actually the story, the fight scenes and getting there. But when you look back at it, I really do appreciate that kind of stuff. It's dope that they took time, like doing a standoff for a couple of minutes before they actually start fighting, and they had some dialogue before they started fighting, and it took up showtime. People will be like, oh, well, dude, we're gonna spend a whole episode with them looking at each other and the wind blowing. It's like, well, bro, you look back and you appreciate when they finally started fighting, you appreciated it. That's why, like, one of the most iconic scenes is Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time, right? And they put all this buildup of like, oh, there's a legendary Super Saiyan. Like, oh, is this super? Like, what is a legendary Super Saiyan? You had them talking about it over and over and over and over and over again, and then finally Goku actually goes Super Saiyan, and it's like the best thing ever. And it's not like he just became Super Saiyan. It took him like he was struggling to get there. That was such an iconic moment. I remember that like yesterday. Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time. That background, that backdrop, that music that they chose. It is, I don't think we will ever get anything like that ever again. As good as anime is now, I don't think we'll ever get it again. It was one of those things that you just essentially, I just don't think it could be replicated. And we never even saw it coming. I was not expecting that because Goku was getting the brakes beat off of him by Frieza in that saga. And he was trying so hard. I don't care what anybody says. Akira Toryama did such a good job of making you feel like characters had an opportunity to beat people, and then them never actually really standing a chance. But the entire time you were feeling like, man, maybe Goku is actually strong enough to beat Frieza after he trained in the in that high gravity, or after he got beat up with fighting Ginyu, Captain Ginyu. He fights Captain Ginyu, he goes and he has to heal, and he gets all of this extra strength from healing, and then all of a sudden he has to fight Frieza, and he's like still better than everybody else that's there, right? But he still couldn't beat Frieza. And I mean, like, they just do a great job of like giving other people a chance. The reason why you appreciate how strong Goku got when he fought Frieza, you really want to know why? Is because everybody else got their brakes beat off of them before he finally showed up, bro. Krillin, Gohan, Vegeta even, right? Vegeta was even like showing burst of strength, and he still couldn't make the cut, right? And so Piccolo got beat down. Piccolo came. We thought he was stronger because he had got fused with Nail. He did that fusion with Nail, and we were like, oh snap! Piccolo's like, he's like, I could do this. You know, he remember that scene? That's the funniest scene. Like, I need to pull that up. I need to literally like go pull that scene up.
Right. You're on. But if I don't like it, you're out. Understand me?
Man, you're too much. Just wait. You'll be begging to keep me around.
Yeah, right. I doubt that. Now, tell me what to do, quick.
Right. Just keep your hand right there.
You can stay until we beat Frieza. After that, I'm gonna charge you rent. You got that? This is amazing! I feel incredible! Yes, 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 yes! I can win! I feel great! I can do this! Ugh. Yes, I'm home! I'm alive! This is all a miracle! I'm awake! I'm wide awake! Hang on, Gohan! Here I come!
And when like Piccolo realized how strong he got for fusing with Nail, only for him to lose to the next form of Frieza.
What do you think? Was it worth the wait?
Right? Because he was stronger than Frieza's like what second form. Right? But we didn't know that Frieza had another form. Right? That kind of becomes like a trope. But I believe, man, Dragon Ball influenced so many anime, bro. It influenced so much. And I don't know why we cannot get writing that makes us feel that way today. But you know what? I'm going to tell you what I believe about that. Personally, guys, I'm telling you this as an artist. Somebody's trying to come up. The stream was mad fun. I'm going to hop off. Hey, bro, appreciate you, Skibbity. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, bro. But I'm going to just share this with you. Share this with you guys real quick. One of the things I would tell you is like why I feel like the writing needs to be, why we don't get that kind of writing, if you want to know the truth, is because people are afraid to take risk. When Akira Toryama comes up with Dragon Ball, he's doing what he appreciates. He's writing based off the stories. He likes the Monkey King and things of that nature. You need to do the same thing. When you write your story, you need to take a risk, man. If people think it's cringe, yeah, the internet kind of beats us up now when we want to come up with ideas based upon like stuff that we like, right? We come up with an idea, everybody's telling you that it's cringe before people get a chance to appreciate it, and then you back off. It's like, no. You think you got a cool idea, just put it out, man. Before you know it, people are like, man, this guy, how did he come up with this? It's like, hey, man, you're doing what you enjoy doing. You're writing what you think is cool, you know? And I really believe people need to do that, man. Like, straight up. I would say I would not, you learn a lot from watching Dragon Ball, bro. If you go watch all of Dragon Ball, and I mean, I'm not saying like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, like, because Dragon Ball is its own thing as well, and it's also kind of a little slower paced. Go watch Dragon Ball Z from beginning to end, and you will get an appreciation for the idea of like power creep, like how to, you know, you start asking yourself the right questions, like was this character, like why is the idea of characters getting strong all the time so cool? And why is like this kind of shonen kind of idea of, you know, characters always trying to seek out more power? Why is that so cool to watch? Why are we so interested in it? And like Dragon Ball Super, you know, it doesn't hit the same, but I do think that they were going in the right direction with Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. Those are some cool ideas, right? It gets away from the Super Saiyan powers so much, right? It's like, okay, they're getting their own powers. They're not so much concerned about Super Saiyan all the time. It's like, let's get away from Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Extended Saiyan and all this other stuff. You know, you're getting into like creating your own powers, you know. But the only problem I had with Dragon Ball Super, and I'll just say this real quick, is that the characters got left behind. So many good characters got left behind. Tien and Krillin are not competing in that. They tried to put them in the like the Super Heavenly Tournament. Bro, it just wasn't even the same. It's like, bro, you know what? Here's a good example. Go watch the Cell Saga. Remember before the androids came? What did everybody do? Everybody went their separate ways, and you had a whole arc of these characters just trying to train and prepare for the androids to come. But when the androids came, nobody had any idea that there was an additional android that nobody knew about. 16 and nobody knew about Cell. Those were complete. Nobody knew about those androids, and that threw everybody off. You know, and it was just dope, man. I just think that like Very, very, very a good lesson in storytelling. I know it's not the best story in the world, but if you want to know why people liked it so much, it's a great thing to come into like young people, like if they watch, like teenagers and stuff, if they watch Dragon Ball Z before they get a chance to watch a lot of other anime, you'll see that they really like Dragon Ball Z. It's really appealing, you know. I mean, obviously it's like high action, but it's not just the high action, right? It's the progression of the characters, and the characters trying to get stronger, and you know, this whole idea about Saiyan pride, and trying to get everybody trying to get to Super Saiyan, and trying to figure out what's a Super Saiyan, what's an ascended Saiyan, Super Saiyan. You know, they didn't just get those rewards immediately. They had to get the brakes beat off of them, and they had to do a lot of training to get it. And I think that's really what helped. That's what we got to start like looking into. Sonic needs that. Sonic doesn't have any of this, any of that type of like intense storytelling, right? So I really believe that Sonic can benefit from some of that type of storytelling.